Now let us start with the second part of our chapter, that is inequality and discrimination. In this we will study about multiple identities among us, constitution and respect for diversity. Now, inequality and discrimination. Like prejudice, inequality also leads to discrimination. Inequality means different in treatment. When we are treating one person differently from the other, means one person we are treating in a better way, in a positive way, and while the other we are ill treating. So that is called inequality. Inequality can be due to caste distinctions. The early Aryan society was divided into 4 Varnas. You must have studied in your previous chapter, in your previous class also, that the Aryans had divided the society into 4 Varnas. That is the Brahmins, the Kshatriyas, the Shudras and the Vaishyas. Now in this, the one caste was treated better than the other. Then the next was ill-treated, and the fourth, the Shudras, were ill-treated even more badly. They were supposed to do the work of all this upper caste. They were considered as slaves. Inequality was also due to religious differences. Now, certain extreme elements began to praise their own religion and started to criticizing the other religion. Now this also gave rise to different fights among themselves, like the Crusade Wars. You must have heard about the Crusade Wars. So if one caste is praising their caste and criticizing the others, this gives rise to inequality. Inequality is sometimes caused by racial differences also. For a long time there were racial differences between the whites and the blacks in the United States. Now sometimes the cause of inequality can be the result of gender disparity. It is said that women in India of an average are paid less than 40% of men are being paid. The men laborers are given more than the women. Now this also leads to discrimination because there is inequality among the wages. Now, recognition of multiple identities among us. There is no denying the fact that there are different identities within ourselves. Some of us can be good cricketers, but so some of us can be a good scooter driver or a good car driver. Okay, some of us may have a big bungalow while someone may have a small house. Now this all is creating differences among one another. Now this is the different identities that people are possessing among themselves, and there should not be discrimination on the basis of these identities. This gives rise to inequality. We must be sensible enough to realize that all these diversities exist in the society. Not only in the society, even in a family. Some member of a family can be a clerk while the other can be an engineer. One can be a good mathematician. One can speak fluent English while the other cannot. Now, we must find diversities all around us, family, society, everywhere. Now, this diversity, this identities is in the society and will be in the society for future also. So, we should be ready to enjoy and accept all these diversities, these identities of different people in the society and in the family. And it is then only then we can reduce this discrimination or inequality among ourselves. Diversity is a fact of life. Religious diversity means the different religions coexist. It does not mean that we are supposed to ignore other religion and force other people to accept our religion. Mostly what happens is we keep praising our religion and tell the other person that, oh, your religion is not good, you should follow our religion. So this is not good. Now, constitution and respect for diversities. Diversity is a national phenomena. That is why the Indian Constitution has accepted diversity in its various forms. The Indian Constitution accepted that there are many dialects, languages used in different parts of the country. Not 1, 2, 3, but there are 22 languages which has been declared as the national language. There is no clash among these languages. There is equal respect for all the languages. Now novels, dramas, books, storybooks, all are written in different languages, so that the people, those who understand the other language, can read and enjoy these dramas, these stories. So that is what we can say, that equal respect is given to all the languages. Now it does not accept any religion as the state religion. All religions have been full freedom to flourish. Everybody has been given the right to freedom, religion and educational, cultural by the Indian Constitution. Now if we talk about secularism, the word secularism was inserted in the preamble to the Constitution simply to retain the faith of the nation, showing due respect to all religion. The 42 Amendment lays down that the term secularism means that all religion has a command and equal respect in the country. 42 Amendment means it's a law, okay? Amendment means that there was a correction in that law. In India, no discrimination is ever made against any individual because of their religion. Everybody is equal before law and enjoys equal rights, no matter to which faith, caste, color, creed he or she belongs to. Now, socialism. The word socialist was added to the preamble later. Earlier it was not there. Later on it was added. The 42nd Amendment laid down that the term socialism means that there is freedom for all forms of exploitation, social, political and economic. The state shall endeavor to bring out social and economic equality and keep trying to maintain equality in the country. Now the gap between the rich and the poor will have to be narrowed down so that the fruit of independence is brought to everybody. Now equality. The Indian Constitution also lays emphasis on equality, that all inequalities based on sex, caste, religion, creed, color should be washed away. Now that is why the Constitution says that everybody is equal before the law. Now with this we have finished the chapter, and I will be sending the question answers in the WhatsApp group. If anybody has any doubts regarding this chapter, you can ask me through the WhatsApp group. I will be answering it through that group.